Hey everyone, and very good afternoon to all of you. Hope you are doing great. And it's day 38 of English speaking. Yeah, it's day 38 of English speaking. And today I'm wearing blue t-shirt, and here it is written like Wabi Shabi. And if I hope it like I think you won't be able to uh, read it because it's very small, and I'm like far away from the camera. Not far away, like I'm little away from the camera, like it's little far apart from me. So that's why. So let me tell you. So basically, this is a you can say Japanese text, and it means here you can see Japanese text, and it means the basically our life is imperfect, right? And we have to I'll tell you the meaning of it. The Japanese wisdom to live perfectly imperfect life. That's the meaning of it. That's basically the meaning of wabi sabi. And this word is like mentioned in the ikigai. If you'll read the book ikigai, so you will get to know like, okay, this is written. And by miracle or whatever you say, I ordered this t-shirt before, and after that I read the ikigai, and then I got to know, okay, this is the meaning of wabi sabi. I just ordered the t-shirt, so this is my first t-shirt from this brand. You can say novero.com. There is a website, and you can order it. So it's oversized t-shirt. So I'm not promoting, man. If you're talking like instead of English, I just have to speak. So first thing I remember, like I always focus on speak slowly. So that's why. Second thing I feel, it's the truth. When I'm speaking, it's easy. Like when I have to discuss something that is very common, or maybe I'm if you notice, so far I just used the words that I used regularly. So it's pretty like they are in my brain, and they are easy to like you can spread or bombard these words very quickly. I can bombard these words very quickly. And so if you are talking about the making video, it will be easy for me. Like it's easy to speak something that is very common, but that won't help me. And that's what I'm feeling like. If I have to talk to someone in a different topic, then I feel okay, I'm lacking in sentence structure and all. So soon I'm gonna like tell you how to use it. Like once I'll master it, or maybe I'll practice more on it. But right now I can tell you the agenda what I'm gonna do today. So as I mentioned, like I like to tell the stories, but I don't know how to narrate them. So that's why I'm learning. I'm watching videos like how people are telling the story. So some people say like, okay, when you are telling your story, it should be something like there should be some emotions, and it should be there should be some suspense, or you should have the capability, or you should have the tactic to engage the audience, and that is the most important part. So you the way you are narrating the story, that is important. Sometimes even stories are not that good, but the way the person is narrating, or the storyteller is narrating the story, that is, or articulating the story, that is very important. So okay, so I know everything starts with the language or with the communication medium that you are going to use. For example, if you want to tell your story, let's say, assume you are a foreigner, and you came India, and now you wanted to learn Hindi, and you don't want basically whatever the stories, or whatever like whatever happened in your life, or you just want to document that, or you want to create a documentary but in Hindi. So for that, the most important part, what would be? It would be like you have to learn Hindi, and that's why if you wanted to narrate your or articulate your stories in English, then most important part is you have to speak English fluently. Fluently in the sense the way like how people used to speak. It's not about accent. It could be in Indian accent, or and I'm not concerned about the accent. I already said it. Like for me, it's better. Like I'm more focused on speaking the correct English, and correct. If you know, I just read the Atomic Habit, and I'm about to finish it. So there is a saying like basically good is the enemy of best, or what? Yeah. So best is the enemy of good. I mean, when you are trying to make things best, then you won't be able to do even good. For example, if you let's take example of English speaking here. Imagine this is your first day, and you started learning spoken English. Okay, you are trying to speak whatever is coming into your mind. You are not translating, and you are more focused on speaking whether its sentence is correct and or not. And another person, he or she is very concerned about like whether grammar is correct, whether I'm, and he's fumbling or she's fumbling. So the problem is like that person who is just trying to speak will become fluent quickly, and he will be able to manage the things quickly, or you can say he will be able to do the things perfectly, right? And the person, so that's why the saying says like, okay, the best is the enemy of good. Like even you can't do the good because of if you remember few days back I told you a story, or I told you a story about a professor. And but basically he is a photography professor, and he divided his students into two groups, or he divided the class into two groups. One have to click as many as pictures, and another one have to click one picture, and this would be the best. And the persons who are clicking lot of pictures, they uh, practiced a lot, and they were able to come up with the good pictures. And the person who was just looking for a best picture, they were not able to come up with the even good picture. So that's why it's applicable everywhere in the life. Like you have to practice a lot. For example, if you are focusing on grammar, and yesterday also I mentioned, like I watched a video of Alina Rice, and she mentioned that like we should follow the top down approach, top to down. Like we should start focusing on, our goal is to speak English fluently, and for that it's important you should focus on spoken English instead of focusing on grammar and all at starting. It will be confusing, and you might lose your interest on language, right? And even I feel like when I'm starting grammar, I feel always feel, oh man, it's not going to help me. I don't know if you see, I just expired on it. Sometime it happens. Okay. So what is the agenda for today? So what I'm planning, so I just asked ChatGPT, or I just given the prompt to ChatGPT, like okay, I am feeling like here I'm not able to convince my thoughts when I'm talking about something real life event, or maybe I have to narrate something. So what is the best option for it? So what I'm thinking, like I will start with something that is completely new to me. For example, imagine a scenario like you are going on a road and you saw an accident, and then what will be your reaction or whatever. So you just have to imagine different scenarios and how you are going to react, or how you are going to narrate that story. So imagine you are a vlogger or a news reporter, then how you will narrate that moment. So that's what I asked it, and it created one thing like a okay, so he created one, not he, basically it created a topic for me, and that is social media harmful or helpful. Okay, so I'll text it, like I'll, you will see in video like what I'm just saying. I'm not gonna add caption or something, but yeah, I'll say like the what is the topic name. So it is, let me repeat it: social media harmful or bad, no, harmful or helpful. So that is the title of topic. And it asked me to cover up few questions that are maybe I'll tell you. First one is how much time people spend on it. So this is one topic, one question, and I have to respond it to it. And second is whether it improves communication. Okay, like suppose you are using social media to improve your communication. Maybe let's say take the example of Instagram, whether it is helping you, or you are just misleading. You get misleaded by it, and you are, instead of watching the videos of English, spoken English, you start watching the reels of entertainment and all. Okay, and the third point is addiction or distraction, and fourth is learning opportunities, and the fifth one is your personal experience, and sixth one is content creation, reels, YouTube, etc. Okay, so if we are talking like everyone, almost 1.5 an hour, like all every people, like most of the peoples are spend. Okay, so we'll start with point one, that is how much time people spend on it. So if we are talking about the social media, so let me give you summary first. Okay, so if we are talking about social media, definitely there are benefits of it. There are so many people who are earning a lot from it, and they are financially, they got freedom because of it. They are not doing job, and they are more focused on social media. And even if you talk about the positive aspects, it's not only the you are, it's not about only the content creation, it's also about the businesses that are running based on the social media only. There are so many businesses that are completely or heavily dependent on social media. Uh, they are making their campaigns, and they are running their campaigns, not campaigns, bro. So okay, they are running their campaign, my bad, campaigns. Okay. And also there are so many like people who are earning from ads, or they are running ads, so companies are earning, and even users are earning. So there are so many points where it is benefiting, and there are so many pros and cons. If we are talking about, their cons are, it could be like some of the peoples are got addicted of it. Earlier people used to watch only videos, so there wasn't that much addiction. But of once this reels and shorts came, so everything got changed. Now people are scrolling the reels when they are eating, and every time they are scrolling when they are about to sleep. A few days back only I was watching a video of English speaking, and that person said, the host said, okay, so he said like he has a habit of scrolling reels before going into bed, and he scrolls reels for 30 minutes. So it's like you can think of like in old time people used to listen this folk tale story or story of angels and all. But now like when they are about to go to bed, maybe their maternal grandmother or maybe their grandmother were used to tell the stories. But now this is completely changed, and the peoples are not instead of telling the stories, they are giving the phone to kids, and they are enjoying, or they are watching cartoons. And now even if small kids are know how to scroll the reels, just you have to scroll up or scroll down, and it's very pretty easy. You don't have to search anything, just content will keep on coming, and you have to watch if you like something based on the recommendation, or based on the time how much you are spending on a shorts. And accordingly YouTube will recommend you, or maybe Insta will recommend you the new shorts similar to that. So that's what I just tried to cover the pros and cons of it. And now let's jump to the how much time people spend on it. So I don't have any research data, but maybe I can search it. But yeah. So based on my observation, people at least spend their 1.5 hour almost they spend every day. And it's not uh, same for everyone. That's why I'm just taking saying like almost 1.5 hour average time of most of the people are spending on social media. Some people are watching on Facebook, so everywhere they spreaded the reels, and it's the concept of reels, and it's pretty difficult to avoid until you are not using it on phones. Okay. Okay. And whether it improves communication. So okay, earlier like if you in Instagram, I stopped it right now. But what I used to do, like there were so many channels that you can follow, and they are going to uh, provide you the content, or maybe they are posting the contents related to vocab. That could be English, like what is the different best sentence that you guys can use instead of a particular sentence. So I followed so many channels, but like I started watching it, and then I went back to the reels and all. So that's why I avoided it, and I thought, okay, it's not going to help. So I just completely stopped Instagram. As of now I'm not using, but not in future. But even also then I'm not using that much Instagram. Okay. And then improves communication. It depends on you, like if you are utilizing social media, maybe it could be YouTube, and or it could be any social media platform that you are using. It depends on you, and mostly like, but some people, most of the people get distracted. Like they are, suppose I opened YouTube, it could be in laptop or phone, and I wanted to practice shadowing. But you will see some like based on your past search, you will see some recommended video, and there is a video that is very tempting, and it's pretty difficult to avoid. So what you did, you will simply click on the video, and you will start watching it, and you will forget, like you have to you came on the platform to practice shadowing. But now you are enjoying the content, and after that maybe they suggested one more content, and you started watching it, and maybe you spent 1.5 hour, and after that you realize, okay, I need to practice shadowing. And now you will jump and practice shadowing. Or maybe now you don't have time to practice shadowing, or you are going to office, or or maybe you just came from office and now it's 12 o'clock or 10 o'clock, whatever the bedtime is for you. So accordingly, and you decided, let's do shadowing tomorrow. Okay, so that could be, this is the scenario that happens with the people. There are so many things that, there are some good things and bad things about social media. Okay, and let's now jump to the third point: addiction or distraction. And this is also applicable, but for most of the people, like what I observed, like they are saying like it's addiction or it's like a distraction for them. Yeah, so most of the times it's a distraction, definitely. For example, for me, uh, okay, for me also it happens sometimes. Like, and so I told you like earlier, a few days back, that I stopped watching Hindi content, and because of that, like I'm not getting Hindi content, but now I started consuming English content. For example, it could be English blogs, someone like from USA or from Vietnam, it could be from Korea. So they have started suggesting me those kinds of videos, like someone living in Korea and what how is the life in Korea, Seoul. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the correctly, but that is the capital of Korea, I believe. If I'm my geography is very bad, so geography, yeah. So I'm not sure. Actually, I'm telling you based on I watched recently a video like, so Korea is making $3-4 billion from their beauty products. So there is a big revenue that they are generating from the beauty products, and it got popularized based on their like K-pop culture. So there are so many people who wanted to look like Koreans, or maybe they wanted to watch their what is that K-pop content or K-dramas and all, and they wanted to look like them, and then they are purchasing the beauty products. And it's not only applicable to men, women's only. Men's are also, no, it's not applicable to women, not women's. Apostrophe is will be okay, okay. Not, it's not applicable to women only, or women's only. It's also like a men's also like, what do we say? Men's also my bad. Men's also aspire to wear that kind of makeup and all. So they are basically, it's all about the promotion and all, how they are doing. Also it's about the product, what might be they are uh, providing the good quality of product. Otherwise it will like someone will use for one time, but you won't see the customer retention. And that is only applicable if someone is, if customers are returning back and they are returning customers, then the reason will be some product is good, that's why they are returning, they are, you are able to retain the customers. Okay, so where we were, addiction, distraction, and okay, learning opportunities. Yeah, if we are talking about learning opportunities based on the social media, definitely there are so many learning opportunities. You can learn any skill. Now it's pretty easy. If we are talking, earlier it used to like, when you are talking, suppose you wanted to get some specialized skill, you have to go to the institute and other. But due to social media, it's pretty easy. You wanted to do business, there are so many people that will help you. There are so many people that are teaching like how to do this, how to do that. So it became easy to now do any activity. It could be you wanted to learn or pursue and you wanted to pursue a skill, or it could be you wanted to do something. And it could be, and even you can take example of DIY, do it yourself. Like if you see, there are recently a few days back only I watched a video. There's She was telling, look, like if you are living in USA, you have to do yourself, like most of the things. No one is going to help you. For example, in India, suppose you are getting a bed, then they are sending someone, like, so suppose you ordered a bed, or maybe let's say AC, or let's take not AC will be like, definitely someone would be required experienced person. But let's take you got a table from someone, and nowadays they are shipping like, they will give you paper, and there everything will be mentioned like how to assemble them, and then you can manufacture or you can assemble it. For example, if you ordered ergonomic chair or table, and they won't ship it like as it is or complete. They will like not break it, but they will disassemble everything, and after that they will tell you the process how to assemble it, and you can assemble. But in, she was telling like in USA everything is like that. uh, they will tell you instructions, and based on that you have to assemble. And so most of the peoples are relying to assemble or to do the things by their own. Okay, but India it's not like that. Here peoples are like to become still they are like the king and queen system gone, but still people want to behave like kings and queen, and they still want like servant, or maybe there are so many things, man. I do not want to hear tell about the philosophy, or I do not want to tell about the more human behavior, or especially for in our country. But still I feel like there are people, they are misusing the power, or they are misusing the people's, and sometimes they behave like emotionless. Or for example, yesterday only, my neighbor just called the so in the building where I'm living, or where I'm staying. So in this building, so there is a girl. She's working as a house, not housewife, man. She is working as a maid. So he was instructing her. That's why sometimes like I forget like when to say him, when to say her, and I noticed so many people are making the same mistake. So it's like the more you practice, the better you become. Okay, for example, this phrase, I earlier wasn't aware of it, or I was struggling with it. Now it's coming into fluency. My like the more you practice, the better you become. So that's why I'm saying, okay. So, so people used to order someone like instead of like, so for example, like I don't like it, and that's why I avoided to say someone like, okay, can you clean this room or something. I used to clean my room myself only. I never asked her to clean my room, or maybe even for washroom, like I'm not asking her to clean. Sometimes even I clean her to myself, because this it feels bad. Like she's like my sister, you can say, and she's younger than me. So I feel like, okay, when I'm commanding someone, it feels bad for me. So that's, it depends on human nature to nature, person to person. But yeah, so where we were. Okay, addiction, distraction, learning opportunities. So that there I was telling like, do it. For example, you can make do it yourself, like DIY videos. Like for example, you ordered something, so that's pretty easy. And social media is not only helping you in learning path, also you can say your personal experience. So if I'm talking about my personal experience, then I'm like most of the time I'm using uh, social media in the sense like I'm using YouTube most of the time. I'm consuming it for studying, practice. I'm for learning something new skills. So it's like it's my first, uh, how to say it, I mean, how do I say it? So it's like most of the time I'm spending my time on, and if you are in the computer field, or you are in the from CSE background, then most of the time you are spending either on Google. Nowadays, instead of Google, people started using. Still, we are using Google, but we used to give the prompts instead of, and you get the immediate response. It could be Copilot, it could be Chat GPT, and all. But still, social media will be there. It could be like YouTube is most. Like there are so many videos, or it's the biggest, um, how to say it, man. So there are so many videos, and it's the biggest video hosting platform, where you can upload the videos seamlessly, and you can create the content, you can earn the money. So there are benefits of it, and there are like, if we talk about kids, and also there are definitely it's going to help. It's not, it's harmful for them. So I what I feel, if you, based on my personal experience, I feel like there should be some restriction for kids especially. They should not be, uh, like there should be a restriction, like till this age you can't give devices or electronic. Just keep them close to the book, to the natural, how we are used to earlier. Instead of telling them what is AI and all other stuff, teach them, but at a particular age. And you should start them uh, moving slowly, instead of just giving the phone, or just even it's applicable to parents also. They are giving phones, and they just want to get rid of their burden, and that's why they hand over the phone, and let's say they say like this, watch this cartoon, this is how you can do. And they are expert enough, like if you know about the kids, they are more curious to know different features, function. That's why, so they try to explore it, and it's easy for them to learn. But at simultaneously, it's easy for them to distract, and they don't know whether it's good and bad. And nowadays even people are, um, So what I'm thinking, like there should be some sort of specific domains also there should be in YouTube. Like if you wanted to watch only this kind of content, then you can disable it and you won't see. Maybe there should be some still there are categories, I'm not saying, but there should be some better thing, like even though they might like there is a whether the video is for kids if you are uploading or not. If it's not for kids, and if kid is watching, then definitely it will not suggest that video, or you won't see it. But what about the kids, like if they are watching from their parents ID? It's not like there isn't any feature that can detect whether a kid is watching or uh, until you are not providing the input, right? So just so there are so many things like, okay. So what I'm thinking, like this is what the story that I told you. And now what is next part? How I get feedback, and how will I know like whether I'm using this perfect sentences, or I'm not able to narrate the things that I wanted to narrate. Okay, so the best part is I'm gonna say the same story to the chat GPT. I'll tell it, and it will like how now it's pretty difficult. So if you are gonna like if you are going to use chat GPT, I'm using it heavily for thumbnail creation, and it could be for suggestion, if improvements. Every time whenever I'm getting doubts, I'm using ChatGPT. Gemini I do not use because I don't like it. Earlier I used to use Gemini for content where like some Hindi content is there, and I want some summary from that, so I just use like there it is. I felt like Gemini is better when we are talking about Hindi content, and as compared than the, okay, so I'm just using another phrase than that of like a chat GPT, if we are comparing. So that's why I noticed it. That's why I'm telling you, like if you are talking about Gemini, it's better like when you are giving the prompt, or maybe you are giving a document and you wanted to summarize, to wanted a summary of it, then Gemini will do it in a better way as compared to the chat GPT. Sometimes it's not able to even pass that, I noticed. So that's also the case. Okay, so what I'll do now, next plan is I'm gonna say the same story to chat GPT, and it will so how will I give it input? Okay, did I said it correct or not? Not said. Did I say it correct or not? I'm not sure. Okay, so what I'll do, there is if you see there is a voice icon there, and you can click on that and you can provide your input, not like a real-time talk one-to-one. There is a voice input, or maybe you can text, or you can voice input. So it's going to automatically, it will listen you, and it will transcribe it. Transcribe in the sense like whatever you are giving, whatever you are speaking, it's going to translate. Basically, you can think of translate is different. Basically, translate means you are converting one language or one dialect to another dialect. But in transcribe, basically we are just converting audio to text, so that we call transcribe. So here we are going to, here it will transcribe that, and we'll just we have to hit enter, and whatever we speak, it will convert that as a English input, and you can give that as a input to prompt, and it will rectify, and it will tell you what are the weak areas and all. Then we can fix it. So now I'm gonna follow this approach. Okay, and I'll let you know if it is helping. Definitely it will help me better. Like I have so many vocabs that I do not know, and where I feel like I'm okay here, I'm lacking, I'm not able to use a perfect sentence. And I already told you, like whenever you are speaking, if you feel like things are not working, just make some adjustments and try out again a new feature, a new way. And it's not about a hard and fast rules that you can follow. It will take time to speak. Like the more you practice, the better you become. And I'm using the same phrase again and again. And that's all for the day. And okay, I never say like, okay, if you wanted to if you like the video, you can subscribe. If you like the video, you can like, or if you wanted to subscribe, just subscribe. So subscribe. I don't like to say it, and I'm not saying it, man. I'm just trying. Like people sometimes, if you notice, like there are so many funny videos where people ask their grandmother, or maybe their mother, who are elder, and maybe they are in from not from different generation. So yeah, definitely different generation. And if you ask them, say subscribe, so they are not able to say it or pronounce it, and that's normal, man. It's like, but yeah, it sometimes, like if you watch those kinds of video, it sounds funny. So subscribe. Some people say subscribe. Okay, thank you so much, and bye bye. And I'll see you tomorrow. And for the time, I don't know, man. What should I say?